good to see you again. This is Community Watch on Metro TV with me, Gabriel, Prince, Neobodai Atopra, Atunam Togbo, Ashon Kwalsonu. And in today's edition, I'm coming your way from Teshie within a neighborhood called Fertiliser or compost plant. And I am coming to have a discussion with residents over the absence of a well-constructed bridge, which then terrifies them, particularly pupils who attend a basic school nearby. I am on a temporary bridge that the residents have constructed. So few days or weeks ago, there was a very dilapidated bridge over this stream for which a concerned resident called Albert messaged us, that's the Community Watch team, to come and have a look. Just when we were planning to come over, then the bridge collapsed, and they were just fortunate that there wasn't anyone using the bridge at the time. I recall, well, I have the message that Albert sent me at the time. He said, "Good morning, Community Watch Metro TV. I'm Albert Mensah, Estate North Unit Committee member of Lejokuku. Please, my community will be very happy to have you." And then he shared pictures of pupils using the bridge. Well, you are seeing some of the pictures now. He followed up a number of times, and today we are here. Even look at the makeshift one they have made for the community. Just have a look at it. And then when you step on it, look at the way it is, with several pupils, over 500 of them having to then use this makeshift bridge regularly. On today's edition of Community Watch, I will be engaging the residents and as well the municipal chief executive, that's Honorable Na Ajili, so we know exactly what her outfit is also doing about the situation. Continue watching. This is Community Watch with me, Gabriel, Prince, Neobodai, Atopra, Atunam Togbo, Ashon Kwalsonu.
My friend, don't you know it? People about the old, you know, let you know, like a home.
I noticed that you were lamenting when crossing the bridge with your family. Share this lamentation or concerns with us.
Okay, my brother, it's so bad. We have a lot of kids in the neighborhood, and we have a lot of women. They used to pass on the bridge to work, and we the men too, we used to pass on it. It's so bad. What the nation are doing for us. What the nation are doing for us, especially the children. If even the rain falls and they carry about 10 people and they died, they will buy this thing, they will go and bury them. Is it good? Is it good? So what I'm telling the government should do right now is, brother, you are good, so good. You should do something.
Right, thank you very much, sir. So You've seen him, heard him sharing his concerns with you. This is how we start this edition proper. We have many of the concerned residents here that we are coming to engage, but Albert is joining me. He invited the Community Watch team. We'll hear from him, then we hear a few more of the residents to also share their concerns. So the man is so concerned, having to raise his child. Albert, join us now so we hear from you. You are a unit committee member.
Yes, please.
What exactly is the situation? How has it been?
The situation here is so bad. Over the period of 5 years ago, there was a bridge here constructed by the community members around. And last 2 weeks, I was watching Metro TV, and then I watched a Community Watch.
So see an old woman who has just been brought in. It's also a major concern for her. So we'll speak to Albert. From Albert, we'll engage her and as well the other residents. Please continue. You said this situation has persisted for about 5 years. Continue.
Yes. So I was watching Metro TV and I came across a community watch program. So I quickly picked the number to send a few pictures to the Metro TV team. So before today, the MC has been here once, the Honorable Member of Parliament has been here, and since then, no concern is coming again. And this bridge over here leads to the government school just a few meters from here. And a lot of the children come from the other community to the school. So my concern is, we'll be happy if the assembly and then the concerned people can come on board and help us fix something better here.
Albert, the municipal chief executive is watching you and will be engaging him before the show ends. There was one thing you left out, that the time you messaged me, there was a bridge here which was deplorable, which was in a bad state. What happened?
The rain that fell 2 weeks ago on Saturday washed the bridge away. And lucky that there was no one on the bridge that day. I was home and there was no one. So I took pictures of the broken bridge and sent back to Metro TV Community Watch.
Okay, we have the leftover of that bridge right there, which you are seeing now. Let me go to our elderly woman. Ma, I noticed that they were carrying you. Men worry. Tree Gan, Hausa, Kotonkoli, please feel free and express yourself.
Let me carry a ground, Betty.
Hey, Betty,
Hey, Anya Quashira, Vero Tommy Amela. A chero you bore, other than my fear goji, yet ya gada jamuha. Nyatafa chavaja, Guanta Agban. Pagara Whammer, ya domusha, man, for by Domino church me. Your fork bow, Nyawo, me that Panamanum. Mali dobo boys in your catamolio. Yaraka was sort of a family. You overcome Captain of Yaraka. Yo, pa. A chochia, Albachama Roshi, but you come Kodana, I suppose. Yamango, Mianya, which is your Sarah Bashia, or comment of one or another caraco. Young Wakata, Fokata, Young Kata, Young share. I don't want to touch me. The fuck back, you go changing it. Fuck back a chair. A queen of fuck back, I walk at a dream. Yama Gloma, we have your brother, but I out. And get quick fuck back. And get a Wuhan, no Joe. Young with a shadow of you. Fuck back, don't matter.
The elderly woman is being very emotional. I am sure she has also shared a connected issue. Who is able to translate what she said in English for us?
Of what our mother just said as a concern, that as a result of the 2 or 3 weeks ago, the rain, it causes a tremendous flood which affected her home. Her whole home was totally flooded. It took Albert, the community member, to come to her rescue. He and his brother were the one who rescued her out of the house. In natural fact, when he was even talking about losing almost everything, property of hers, clothing, etc., Albert said her life was more important than those material things. Yeah, that's a concern, that because of this drain very close to her place, rain after rain, year after year, because the drain has not been reconstructed, neither there's a proper bridge on it, it keeps on getting wider and wider. Anytime it rains, during the rainy season, the drain is becoming wider and wider. So he's pleading to the government in power that they should please help construct this bridge, construct the drain, so that the flood that have been coming to her place will come to an end. That's their concern.
See the house, see what the situation you're in now. See me. Everywhere is flooded. See. In our rooms, everywhere. We are about to be climbing upstairs. But the walls are broken, like everywhere. It's flooded. Oh Jesus. Hey, hey, stop crying. Don't cry. Okay, we'll be fine, eh? Where is she? No, your daddy came for her. But your daddy is taking care of her.
Beyond the bridge, being constructed, we also look at how best we can construct a storm drain for the people.
I grew up in this community. Let me elaborate further so that you will get to understand, the general public will get to understand what actually the situation that we are facing here. The problem is that this is a stream. It had its source from the mountains, Ebri. And secondly, we are in a low-lying area. Now the water is being rushing from the top to this side. So what it means is that whenever it rains, the volume of water that flows here is very heavy, such that if you are not very careful, you will be a victim. And secondly, it's also sad that we are having the district assembly not far from this community. It's just a few meters from here. But the failure of successful government to tackle this issue head on is what baffles me. Because if you look around, this community is being surrounded by a lot of schools within the area. Lack of proper, bridge for the area is hampering, activity of school kids having to cross from the other side to the other side. Recently, we having the community, the district assembly call for, community engagement. And we went in and working with NADMO, I appreciate what exactly that is going on here. So I told them, like, look, if you move a bit far away from, you see, we used to have a culvert that was done by the community members. But because of the level of water that flows here, it can't contain it. So the recent flood that came in such a manner that a lot of people had their belongings being destroyed, carried away, and other things. But how long can we continue with such a situation when we have the district assembly living on our land here? And we all know that development comes from the district assembly. And therefore this morning, I'm calling on the powers that be that they shouldn't wait till we have to carry dead body from our neighborhood before they start rushing, because the situation at hand calls for immediate attention. Therefore, it is now, because of the situation, it is difficult for the community people to cross, those who have their school kids to even get to school. You can imagine us being here. All of us here are paying our taxes. People are paying their property rates. Every now and then we have the district assembly coming for their property rates, and what we want to find out from the authority that is, what are they using our money for? Because this community is one of the oldest communities. Because of lack of development, the place looks as if it's a swamp area, but it is never so. Lack of development. So we are calling on authorities that be, that they shouldn't wait till we have a situation that we cannot contend with. And I also want to thank the Metro team for the good work that they are doing for Mother Ghana. God richly bless them. As you can see, the community is very pleased to have them around, and together we build a better Ghana. Thank you very much.
Thank you. To your name, sir.
My name is Francis Edem Havon.
Okay, Francis Edem, thanks very much for speaking to us. Anyone else here wishing to add a voice?
I could even remember a very young child around somewhere 5 years old was drowned from a very far place and was brought to my area. It isn't that child, but people do drown. And we are expecting the government to come and do something positive for us. Other than that, other disastrous actions can still continue. So we are really pleading that the government should come to our aid as early as possible. Thank you.
Your name, please?
I'm Emmanuel Ahetu.
Okay, Emmanuel Ahetu, thanks very much for sharing your concern with us and the experience on Metro TV's community.
Uko fertiliser ko ho no tan so omu jisika de bia omu jisika so ye hwe ase eti no ye sra ba se o me hwe ye hamaye onye maye so ye wo a ya so ye da ye ti bia da e maye nyoma ensai maye nkofo dan embubu eti ye sra omu enu na meti maka
sika no mo ne boto wo twumi fiti won ni bi ka ba ka NADMO bi ka ba ka aba ba ha won mo careful kene e solve problem ko ata onu wo gbo alo obi agbo dan dana aba na ba wo lo gata na gba wona kanu mo na yo kanu eni na sipo fio pe ka gbeke bi wo aba ajo agasi o sipo ni alo emi eko abotemi aba gbo wo yue wo ka fonu pa hin fe mo fia mo ni baba wo ba kele o e ba na ba fe gbe ha wo e ba fe gata ha wo e ba fe ne ka wo fe ni na wo vote wo ha me pe eta insane ga nu mo e shafi ofio keke be ni ma na agbele nu awo mi eyi o bo nu mo postart ko e ngbe mi ntokota laaje e kan tokota te nya ma nye ese ni ma kontokota ka nke ma nye ese ni nu mo
So thank you very much for sharing your concern with us. So the last two persons were calling on the government, like the others have said, and that not only that they want a footbridge, but also a bridge that could make vehicles pass on, and then a storm drain would help alleviate their plight and to prevent the worst from happening, that is a disaster from striking. The program is not yet over. We are having Albert joining us now. Albert, join us. So what has the municipal chief executive done about it? Have you informed the assembly officially, and what happened?
We have informed the assembly officially, and then the MC was here last 2 weeks with the road engineer saying they'll come back, we'll hear from them. And my fear and our fear now is the children crossing. When are they coming? They always keep on promising, we will hear from us, we'll be coming, and they are not coming. I could remember the former assemblyman, Honorable Chosa, has written letter, about 50 copies of letters to the assembly, and nothing has been done. So now that the assembly has been changed, the new lady who is now in place, Honorable Linda Dad, and she is not even doing anything at all. She will tell you it's in the pipeline, and nothing is showing. The MC has been here. The Honorable Member of Parliament was here yesterday, Sunday, after church. He came to check on it, and nothing is still going on.
So from here, you know, with Community Watch, we do not just hear from a side, but we do our best to involve all stakeholders. So from here, we are visiting the assembly to meet up with the municipal chief executive, Honorable Na Ajele. We've engaged her before coming here, and she's giving us her word that she'll be meeting us and then share what she's also doing about the situation with us. She's briefed us off camera, but it's about time we hear from her on camera so you have a better appreciation of the situation. And we are hoping that with her and the residents, we'll be able to provide this community with a footbridge, a bridge that could make cars pass, and as well a storm drain. Continue watching Community Watch here on Metro TV. Thanks for staying on. This is Community Watch here on Metro TV with me, Gabriel, Prince Niobodaya Topra, Atunam Togbo, Ashon Kwalsonu. And like I mentioned to you earlier, we had left the grounds to meet the municipal chief executive. Unfortunately, she's granted us audience. She's Honorable Evelyn Najili Chum Jamra. Honorable, thanks for the time and welcome to Metro TV's Community Watch.
Thank you.
We just came from the community and residents have lamented over the state of their bridge, the fact that it's been carried away. What is the assembly doing about this?
Thank you. Yes, I was informed about a damaged footbridge at Dar es Salaam. So I went there with my roads engineer to assess the extent of damage. So when we went there, I met the unit committee member who told me they had wanted to repair the bridge, but we asked them to hold on so that we contact a professional contractor to come and have it done. So we contacted, there's another contractor working on culverts around the same area. So we contacted him to do that footbridge for the residents over there. Meanwhile, he has done a footbridge at where he's working at the moment. But it seems as if he would like to finish that one before moving to the Dar es Salaam.
You would want to finish the culvert first or the other bridge?
He wants to finish working at where he is, the culvert. So I discussed it with my roads engineer to get somebody else, which he told me he has now gotten somebody. So he has started with the process, the paperwork, to for us to award the contract to somebody else to do the construct the footbridge. So at the moment we are working on it, and I hope it won't take long. The footbridge is very urgent, so the roads engineer knows how urgent it's. We have to do the footbridge, so he's working on it. And this morning, even I have talked to him, and he has assured me that it must be started maybe this week, by the end of this week. We have to. They have to start working on the footbridge.
Permanent one?
No, it's a temporary one. It's a temporary one because of the way school children and the residents, they pass through the drain. It's not advisable. So for the meantime, we have to do a temporary one for them to organize ourselves and then have a permanent one done.
But what's the thought about a permanent one?
We are relying on the contractor working on the culvert. So we hope by then he has finished with the culvert, because they promise they will soon finish to do the permanent footbridge for Dar es Salaam residents.
Thank you very much. We had noticed the makeshift footbridge that has been constructed not far from where the construction work is ongoing, but it's such that maybe when major rain falls, that makeshift may go. And I'm wondering if that's the same kind of footbridge that will be provided for the people of Dar es Salaam.
No.
Then it may not last.
No, that one too is a temporary footbridge. Yes, so we'll have to do, that place, they don't have footbridge. They use the culvert. There's no footbridge there. But since they are working on the culvert, that's why they provided the temporary one. So for the meantime, temporary one will be provided at Dar es Salaam, and then they will go and do permanent one, yes, after they are done with the culvert.
Honorable, thanks very much. It is succinct, clear, and we are glad we've got this. We shall be here in no time, I'm sure in a week or two or in few weeks, so we witness the makeshift bridge that Honorable is providing, so that in due course we see the permanent one. Thanks for being on Community Watch on Metro TV with me, Gabriel Ni Ubodai Togbo Ashon. Make time with me, same time next week. Bye-bye.